Good morning to you all. I am R. Narayanan. We will continue with the lectures on Constitution. Today we will see Article 16. As we have generally seen, this article guarantees equality of opportunity for all citizens in the matters of public employment and appointment under the state. Remember, it is only under the state, no reservation in private sector. This is a guarantee given to all citizens. Again, it is applicable only to citizens. Kindly take down, scribble down the important points. Then this is the main clause. Then there is another main clause which says that no citizen shall be discriminated or made ineligible for any employment or office under the state on the ground of religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth, or descent, or residence. Kindly note, two additional factors have been included here. One is descent and the another is resident. In addition to RRCSP, which we have seen in Article 15, two more additional ground has been added in Article 16. One is descent, hereditary, and another is residence. Then we come to the, as usual, exceptions. Class 3 is an exception to Class 2, which forbids discrimination on the ground of residence. Class 2 forbids discrimination on the ground of residence. Just now we have seen. Under this Class 3 provision, Parliament, remember, very important from the examination point of view, Parliament alone can prescribe residence as a condition for certain employment or appointment in a state or in any union territory or local authority or any other authority. Remember, only Parliament alone. State legislatures have no powers. Remember, invoking this provision, Parliament made Public Employment Act 1957 authorizing the Government of India to prescribe domicile condition for employment. Accordingly, residential conditions were prescribed for certain states, including Andhra Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, Manipur, and Tripura. But this law expired in 1974. It was given extension for 5 years. Subsequently, it expired in 1974. However, as you know, there are some specific provision in the Constitution itself. Article 371 for Vidarbha and Saurashtra, Article 371A for Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, Article 371J for Karnataka. Remember, first we said general provision, then we said provision second class, that is, no citizen shall be discriminated or made ineligible for any employment under the state on the ground of RRCSP plus descent and residence. Then we said exception with regard to the residence. Only only Parliament can do, state legislatures cannot do. So remember, this is the important part. Now, we are coming to the second exception. This is Article 16 within bracket 4, Class 4. Under this provision, the state can make a special provision for reservation of appointment or post in favor of any backward class of citizens who are not adequately represented in services under the state. Remember, this is a very important portion, important not only from the examination point of view, academically also for every government servant, every person this is important, because only from this article the executive gets the power to make reservation of posts in services. Remember, before proceeding further, we should know the background of this. In 1979, Morarji Desai government set up Mandal Commission under Shri V.P. Mandal, Member of Parliament. The purpose of, he invoked Article 340. In terms of Article 340, he appointed the commission. The purpose is to investigate the conditions and their standard of living of socially, educationally backward classes. And the commission has been asked to suggest what measures can be taken to improve the conditions of these depressed classes. Accordingly, Mandal Commission submitted their report in 1980. He identified 3,743 castes as other backward classes, inverted comma, quote, other backward classes which are now popularly known as OBCs. And the commission recommended 27% reservation, even though they constituted nearly 52% of the total population apart from scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. Since the total reservation should not exceed 50% as per the Supreme Court decision, that is invoking Article 335, he recommended only 27%. 27% SC, ST put together 50. He honored the Supreme Court ruling and said, you give reservation to OBC only up to 27%, even though they have constituted 52%. So technically speaking, 52% reservation should be given to the OBC, but the Mandal Commission recommended only 27, because 27 plus the reservation for SC, ST put together, it will be 50. So Supreme Court ruling is 50, so don't give beyond 27. This was his recommendation. Unfortunately or fortunately, before the orders are implemented, VP Singh government collapsed. Then came Narasimha Rao government in 1991. Narasimha Rao government made two changes. One change is, out of this 27%, you make some reservation for the economically poorer section, that is within this 27. Make some provision for the economically poorer section. Secondly, another 10% should be exclusively for general candidates who are economically weaker section, which now we are 103 amendment we have done. So Narasimha Rao government recommended both the things. One, forward community 10% reservation, and among the 27%, some portion, some reservation for economically weaker section among the OBC. So he made the orders. These orders have been challenged in the Supreme Court in very popular case Indira Sane versus Union of India, otherwise called Mandal case. In the Mandal case, Supreme Court said that economically, that is and within the OBC economically weaker section, no, we are not going to agree. Secondly, what they said, forward community 10%, no, that is also we are not going to agree, because Constitution says educationally backward classes, educationally and socially, SEBC, socially and educationally backward classes. Where is the question of economic criteria? So Supreme Court said both the things are not in order. But Supreme Court added one more person for this 27%. They added what is popularly known as creamy layer. That creamy layer, that is advanced section, should be excluded. This is the intention of creamy layer, number one. Secondly, what they said, The reservation made is not applicable for promotions. For promotions, the promotions, it is not applicable. Reservation is only for the entry stage, not for promotion. However, they gave the time limit for 5 years. That is, remember when the decision came, 92. 5 years means 97. Up to 97, they can continue. Beyond 97, you cannot continue. With that is reservation in promotion. Okay. Then secondly, what they have here done is the carried forward rule upheld. Supreme Court upheld the carried forward rule. What is carried forward? Carry forward rule is, suppose you have reserved some 4 seats for SC and ST this year. There are no candidates available. Qualified candidates are not available. These 4 vacancies will be carried over for next year. And next year there is 1 vacancy that you are not taking this, the eligible candidates are not available for that 1 vacancy also. The 5 will be carried over to the next year. Like this, the carried over can be up to 3 years. Supreme Court upheld the carried over policy. Then they said, however, carried over vacancy and the vacancy arising during that recruitment year should not be more than 50%. So, they put the 50% ruling. So, remember, very important. And they provided the creamy layer also. Now, remember, it has come to a standstill. Now, to overcome this, what the government has done is, they have added 77th Amendment Act. And in addition, one more point they said, there should be a permanent statutory body to include or exclude other backward classes. Every time you cannot say there should be a permanent, there is a National Commission for Backward Classes came. So there should be a permanent body which can exclude and include the OBCs. Then the government constituted a Rajanandan Committee, and on the basis of the recommendation of the Ramanathan Committee, they have established what is known as National Commission on Backward Classes. Now, to nullify the Supreme Court embargo on the reservation in promotion, Government of India brought out 77th Constitutional Amendment 1995. What they did, they added one provision, that is 16(4)(a). Under the amended provision, state can make a special provision for reservation in matters of promotion to any class of posts in services under the state in favor of SC/ST, which have not been adequately represented in services under the state. Remember, condition you should not forget. When you can make reservation? When the community has not been adequately represented in services, socially backward, educationally backward, and they have not been adequately represented in services. So, to protect the interest of those who have been promoted and continuing, they amended the Constitution, 77th Amendment Act 1995, and said, this is applicable for preservation, is applicable for promotion also. They added. Now, one more problem is there. Supreme Court said that 50% ceiling. So, OBC 27, SC 27, SC 15, ST 7.5. So, all these things put together will go exceeding, if you add the carry forward vacancies, then it will go beyond 50. So, how to escape from this? So, what the government did is, they brought out 4B. Under the 4B, what the amendment is, they said, when you carry over the vacancies, the carried over vacancies should not be clubbed with the number of vacancies for that year. That is, the carried over vacancies should be kept separately, and the present year vacancies should be separately. So, both should not be taken together for the purpose of ceiling of 50%. Kindly understand, kindly appreciate. So, this year the carried over vacancy is 5. Next year the vacancy is 2. 5 plus, and total vacancy is only 10. So, the carried over vacancy should not be clubbed together carried over and plus 2, so it exceeds 50% of 10 vacancies. No, the carried over vacancies should be kept separately and number of 2 vacancies should be separately. So you should not club together to assess to make it the 50% ceiling, violating the that is 50% ceiling. For that you cannot club the vacancies. That is the amendment purpose. Remember, in this, this has overcome the second embargo of Supreme Court, that 50% ceiling. Both the Supreme Court decisions have been overcome. One is promotion, no reservation. That has been overcome, 77th Amendment Act 2005. And secondly, the another amendment is 81st Amendment Act, that is Amendment Act 2000. From this also 50% ceiling has also been saved. That has also been escaped. Now, what happened to those in 95? That is prior to that 77th Amendment Act, many people have been promoted and they have to revert it back, catch-up rule. So to escape, to save them from being reverted, they said another amendment have been made, that is 85th Amendment Act 2001 was made, giving consequential seniority for those who have been promoted already. Their seniority will be from 1st April 1995. So to escape from the catch-up rule, you know what is catch-up rule? Suppose, let us say, I will give an example. Suppose general candidate, in the grade of section officer, or in the let us say section officer, there are 2 general candidates, and the schedule caste 1%. Let us say schedule caste candidate, up to group A reservation is allowed. So he has been promoted as under secretary in the same office. Now section officer A and B, they are senior to C, who is a schedule caste candidate. Schedule caste candidate has been promoted to under secretary and he is working in the same office, whereas his seniors, 2 persons, are working in the same office as section officer. See the anomaly? It is not anomaly. It is the government rule. It is the reservation. So C, who is junior, is under secretary, and A and B, who are seniors, are section officers. Now, in the meanwhile, next year, 2 years later, these 2 people have been promoted. These 2 people have been promoted as under secretary. Now remember, A and B and C, all the 3 are under secretaries. C, who happen to be the junior in the feeder service, is senior to both A and B in the under secretary. Under catch-up rule, the decision of the High Court is that they caught up. That is, they will be senior. They will become senior to C, because in the lower grade they are senior. So they caught up the junior. So they will become, A and B will become senior to C. This is called catch-up rule. This catch-up rule was also nullified by virtue of what is known as the 2001 85th Amendment Act, which gave consequential seniority, has nullified the benefit of catch-up rule. It's okay now. So you have seen what is the first promotion, what is Mandal Commission, then what is the promotion, how that was overcome, then how the 50% ceiling was overcome, then how the consequential seniority was provided, and how the catch-up rule was nullified, and finally, most importantly again, 103rd Amendment Act 2019 has been added. This added one more class, 6. What are the class? What does it say? Economically weaker section, they will get 10% reservation. Economically weaker section, they will get 10% reservation apart from the reservation already provided for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. Remember, apart, instead of saying general candidate directly, they said class 4 and class 5. In Article 15 also, here also, they said the SC, ST, they were not directly told. But indirectly, the reservation given in class 4 and class 5 Apart from that, the general candidate, they never said general candidate. The economically weaker section of persons will get 10% reservation. 10% means up to a maximum of 10%. Not only that, adding together with the reservation already provided for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe should not be more than 60%. So, 10% for EWS and 50% for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe and OBC put together, it should not be more than 60%. This is the 103rd Amendment Act 2019, which was a landmark amendment which provided reservation to poorer section. The ceiling is, that is 8 lakhs. That you can say all whatever Mandal creamy layer definition, the same applies here also. 8 lakh is the monetary limit. And now, one more thing is there that is not very important, but that is a provision. That is 7th clause. What is that? For religious denominations, for religious institutions, you should appoint the person preaching that religion. It is obvious. It is too obvious to state. You cannot appoint Anandasena Iyengar as the chairman of the Waqf board. Similarly, you cannot appoint Kamagodi Peedadipati as Abdul Rahman. That is, it does not stand reason. So, where the religious denominations, where the religious institution, as a head of that institution, you can appoint the persons professing that religion. So, Article 16 will not be attracted in their cases. This is Article 16. I think it should be very clear now. Very important provision. Article what is known as 15 and Article 16. These two are most confusing, most important academically and also from the examination point of view. Thank you very much. I will be grateful if anything is not clear, kindly mention in the comment so that I can clarify in the subsequent classes. And if you like it, kindly indicate your preference and indicate anything I can do or I can explain. Thank you very much.